It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. Our Teddy Bear Fun Drive time is 8:13 in the morning, and we're joined in the studio this morning by four members of the IUP women's basketball team, the four seniors. Jack always talks about playing the records by the group, the four freshmen, back when he was a young DJ. Now you've graduated. You're all seniors now. So you're not graduated just yet. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
It's good to have you all with us. Just so folks can distinguish a voice from a voice, if you could all just introduce yourselves.
My name's Carolyn Appleby.
Lauren Wallasick.
Kendall Hunter.
And Brittany Robinson.
And you're in the studio with us today because I wanted to get a feel for you guys. Education game is coming up. The big Education Day game is, Wednesday, right?
Right.
Yeah, and you get to play Cheney, who you already played once this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to play again. But I want to talk about that particular day because you've all been through it before. And Carolyn, we'll just start this direction and go that direction. The Education Day game and the way the KCAC comes alive on that day, I think it's just one of the greatest things of the entire season. What's it like for you as a player?
I think we can all agree on this is when we come out there, to do warm-ups, you see all the kids are cheering, going crazy, and there's nothing better than to have that and to perform for them. So I think, I can agree for all of us that it's just one of the best days ever. It's a lot of fun to play for them.
Yeah, what about you, Lauren? What's it feel like for you?
I think the kids create a really good atmosphere, not just for us players, but for everybody else in the stands. I think everybody can agree that it's really fun to be there if you're watching the game, if you're playing the game. Mm-hmm. And I'm just so thankful that our staff creates this game for us because we don't always have it filled that way. And so to be able to experience it that way is something that I'm just really thankful that we get to do.
Kendall, Brittany, let's hear from you about Education Day game. What's it like?
I would have to agree with Carolyn and Lauren. It's always really fun and energetic. We never have a crowd like that, and the kids, they get excited over every little thing. So it's really cool to hear them cheering for you. And It's just really great.
Brittany.
I'm an education major, so I've actually taught in a couple of schools that come. So
yeah.
For me, it's a little bit different because I get to see my own kids there, and then they cheer for me and make posters. So that's really nice. And then, like the other girls said, the atmosphere is just so different. And being a women's team, we don't get that many fans as often. So it's nice to have that extra couple hundred kids come and cheer us on and treat us like superstars for the day.
The voices are much higher, too.
Oh, yeah.
When you get there, it's amazing. It's like, whoa. So you actually, Brittany, you've had some of your students come.
Yeah.
Do they do chants?
Not chants. They've made me posters, and then at the end of the game, before the game, we usually get to throw T-shirts, and so I usually take one to at least one of my students or teachers, and at the end of the game, we get to go up and sign posters. So, they kind of attack me with hugs, and so it's just really nice to see them, and they don't really understand when I have to leave school early for a game or something, and then they come, and then they get to see why, so it's pretty cool.
I guess the chant, "Go Miss Robinson," probably.
It's a little long, yeah.
It's good to have you all with us here today. The game is Wednesday. It's at 11 o'clock in the morning. What's it like playing 11 o'clock basketball?
Definitely, have to be awake early, but I don't think the time matters for us. We come out and we're going to compete and play IUP women's basketball every time we step onto the court. So it's a really good game.
Getting Coach McConnell in with us here a week or so ago, and he was talking about the fact that you like to make your opponents play your game, which is obviously every coach has that goal. You want to play your game and force them to play the way that you want to play. Thinking about that, what is the directive that he gives to you? Aggressive defense, turnovers, transition game. What does he say before games that are the hallmarks that you're always looking for?
He pretty much just says every game 40 minutes of IUP basketball, and throughout the preseason and the beginning of the season, I think everybody understands what IUP basketball is, just the way that we practice offensively, defensively, competing and challenging each other. I think he really just tells us to play IUP basketball, and we all know what that means. Yeah.
A couple of years ago, I was doing the game at Lock Haven for you guys, and Lauren and Brittany, you were both coming off the knee injuries. And I think this was either your first or your second game back. It was early in the season. And I remember talking with coaches saying, is there some sort of psychological barrier you have to get over when you've had a knee injury like that, and now you have to play full speed basketball with everybody else? Brittany, what was it like for you?
It's definitely different. There is a barrier there. Thankfully, I had Lauren to help me through that, and she's been through it twice at that point, so she gave me a lot of good tips. And just having the love from all the players, and they just really make you believe in yourself. And then you get out there, and you're nervous the first couple times, and then I swear after like my first fall or like my first stutter step, I was like fine.
Yeah.
The barrier was like, okay, like my knee's not going to give out, like just play your normal game. So I'm really thankful for that and for my teammates for helping me get over that.
And Lauren, you had to rehab that twice, huh?
Yes, I did.
What fun!
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about you each as individuals and find out what's going on with you after IUP basketball and after your graduation is like. Carolyn, what are the plans?
So I'm a safety science major. I already have an internship in the summertime in Pittsburgh because I have to do a accredited internship for my major. But then that's what I have planned so far. So, yep.
Where does safety sciences lead you in terms of a possible career?
So I did an internship with an insurance company, and then this summer I'm doing an internship with a construction company. So just getting a little bit of a taste of, the different industries within safety science.
Yeah. Lauren, what about you?
My undergrad degree was in economics, and I'm currently getting my master's in business administration. So this summer, I'm just looking for possible jobs, just beginner jobs to get a little bit of experience, and hoping that it will take me somewhere. And I'll like where I go.
What about you, Kendall?
I'm a disability services major, so that field is really broad. I know that I want to work with children with disabilities. Next semester, I have an internship at News Story down the street, so I'm hoping that experience will kind of lead me in what area I want to work in the future.
Yeah. And Brittany?
I'm an education major, and I believe I'm going to come back to IUP and get my master's degree in literacy. So that's my main plan. And then after that, I'd love to move down south. There's a real need for teachers down there. So that's my...
It's warmer, too, about this time of the year.
Yes.
She said that with a twinkle in her eye. As we get forward through this basketball season, and obviously you're coming off a tremendous year last year, I'm sure you had preseason goals that you were thinking of, but I'm sure that coaches stressed to you that your preseason goal is to get back where you were back then. It's to play next game after that. What does he talk to you about goals for your ball club?
I think that, obviously one of our main goals is to get back and then even further than what we did last year. But like you said, we just take it game by game. Coach wants us to focus on, be where your feet are in that moment. Not to look ahead, not to look behind, just to, play right in that game and right in that moment. So I think that just to really focus on, what we have right there.
It's kind of interesting that he says be where your feet are, because yours are all over the place. I mean, you're on your butt as much as you are on your feet in the basketball game. We're talking with IUP senior women's basketball players as we head toward the CBS Sports Minute in just a couple of moments with Boomer Esiason. Education. I want to get back to the Education Day game because you're all going to be playing in your final Education Day game coming up. Does Coach get you opportunities to meet with young students and throughout the course of a year, not even in basketball season, but do you ever have that opportunity to work with them as ball players and as mentors?
I know at the beginning of our careers, we went into a couple of local schools and just talked to them about how, you're supposed to play sports and everything, but you're also supposed to stick to your academics and do really well there. So we've done that. We've done some community service where local people, kids can come out and come to that. This year we haven't gotten to it yet, but we did Miracle League, but we're still trying to get into some schools and just talk to them as normal people outside of our basketball uniform and stuff. So
yeah, Miracle League's pretty amazing, isn't it? Jeez. All right. Well, ladies, we want to wish you the best. I'm sure everybody is invited to come see you play at any time this year, but if they've not had the opportunity, the Education Day game is something else. Thanks for coming in this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're glad you're here. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS AM 1160, 101.1 FM. Mr.